Okay, so you've got that PPLA, you love the freedom, the views, but maybe you're hitting that ceiling, literally. Low clouds, less than perfect visibility. What's next?
Well, for many, it's eyeing that basic instrument rating, the BIR. Today, we're going beyond just the regs. We're diving into the real roadmap for getting your BIR using the pathway info you've shared.
Exactly. We're taking that BIR pathway for PPLA holders material and really distilling it, our mission, to pull out what actually matters for you, the GA pilot who wants to fly IFR. Not just paperwork, but practical capability.
Great, let's start at the beginning then, the prerequisites. You've got your PPLA, obviously, but what else do you absolutely need before you even think about training?
Okay, good place to start. First up is your medical. You need a Class 2 medical, but crucially with instrument privileges. And this isn't just, ticking a box. It's serious. It makes sure you're physically up for instrument flying. Think vision, balance, things that are critical when you can't see the horizon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Relying purely on instruments is a different physiological game. What else? Then there's language. ICAO English Level 4. Again, might sound like just another test.
So there's more than that.
Oh, absolutely. In the IFR world, talking to ATC clearly, concisely, it's non-negotiable. Life or death sometimes. What this means in the cockpit: no room for ums and ahs when you get instructions. Clear comms are baseline safety. Think of it as your verbal link to the system.
Okay, so medical sorted, comm sharp. Now the theory. The source mentions 3 modular exams: air law, IFR comms, flight planning. Human performance, MET, NAV, instrumentation, ops procedures, principles of flight. Sounds like a fair bit to cover.
It is a lot of ground, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the really smart part, the BIR structure, especially for private pilots. You tackle these modules in any order, and, importantly, at your own pace.
Any order, any pace. That sounds flexible.
It's designed to be. It acknowledges that most PPL holders are doing this part-time, juggling life work. So you can maybe do, say, IFR comms first, practice it on a sim, really get it down, then move on to MET when you feel ready. It's about deep learning, understanding the why, not just memorizing for an exam. That knowledge needs to stick when you're actually flying.
Okay, I like that approach. Much better than cramming.
Mm.
So, mind prepped, let's get to the flying. This is where the source says something really interesting. Competency-based, not hour-based.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for pilots used to just logging time, what does that really mean in practice in the cockpit?
Ah, this is a key difference. It's huge, actually. It means that the goal isn't just hitting, say, 40 hours or whatever magic number. The goal is proving you can do the job. Can you handle the aircraft purely by instruments? Can you navigate accurately using IFR procedures? Fly an approach down to minimums?
So it's about actual skill demonstration.
Precisely. The training builds logically. Basic instrument handling first, just keeping it straight and level by the gauges. Then navigation, procedures, maybe some emergency scenarios. It leverages the skills you already have from your PPLA, but applies them to the IFR environment. What it means for you is focused training. You work on what you need to improve rather than just flying in circles to build time.
So potentially more efficient and definitely focused on making you genuinely capable, not just legal.
Exactly. An examiner wants to see proficiency, sure, but what really matters is being safe and competent when you're out there on your own in the soup. This method builds that real-world capability.
Looking bigger picture then, the structure, the flexible theory, the competency focus, it feels very intentional.
It absolutely is. If we connect this all together, the BIR pathway is clearly aimed at supporting, well, pilots like you, part-time learners, maybe folks coming to instrument flying later in their flying life, people who want the added safety and flexibility of an instrument rating, but maybe don't need or want the full commercial pilot license route.
Right. It's about enhancing safety and capability in general aviation, making instrument flying more accessible.
Precisely.
So, pulling it all together, this BIR pathway isn't just a checklist. It seems like a well-thought-out journey. It builds on your PPLA, respects your time, and focuses squarely on making you a competent IFR pilot.
Which brings up a really interesting point to consider, doesn't it? Beyond just getting the rating itself, what's the lasting value of adopting this competency mindset in your flying? How does focusing on proficiency, not just hours, keep you improving long after the check ride?
That's a great thought to leave with. For anyone listening who's felt grounded by weather, maybe a bit limited, the BIR offers a path. And maybe, just maybe, embracing that competency focus is the key not just to getting the rating, but to unlocking a whole new level of confidence and possibility in your flying.